on Good Morning Las Vegas.
A scare at McCarran as passengers forced off a plane after a threat was made.
And only on 13 Action News, a street performer attacked on the Strip. How a bystander may have stopped something much worse from happening.
And could school be starting later across the state? Why people are now fighting the move to sleep in.
Plus, a heads up, a major headache on the freeway is easing up. I'll tell you good news, what's happening in the spaghetti bowl.
Oh, I always forget, and then I drive through there at the wrong time of day and think, oh, Yasmin warned me.
Yeah, and the good news is that's no longer a problem.
No longer the case. I was about to tell you the ramp was opening up at 6 a.m. No, it is open right now, my friends. So if you were heading out the door this morning, this is what I'm talking about. If you need to head north on the 15 and go north on the 95, you don't have to take that annoying detour over MLK, get stuck in the backup. You're looking good. And here is the proof. You can see cars are going right on through. They opened the ramp up earlier. It was originally supposed to be opened up this weekend, then 6 a.m. this morning. NDOT has your back, and so do we. We're letting you know it is open right now. And if you are going through the resort corridor, either direction, 7 minutes right now.
For the weather department, things are still a bit breezy outside. We had winds around 30 miles per hour yesterday in Las Vegas. They're still blowing at 16 miles per hour right now at McCarran. It's a 25 mile per hour steady wind right now down at the Henderson Executive Airport. So you're still probably maybe hearing that wind outside. It is still a mild wind, 57 right now our temperature here. We'll look for highs in the low and the mid 60s. So a lot cooler than yesterday, but it also looks like we'll still have the wind through the day. I'll plan the wind out, Dana, hour by hour in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Justin. And breaking this morning, police are investigating a murder in the northwest part of the valley. Police say it happened in a parking lot of an apartment complex right near Ann and 95. Two people got into an argument or fight, and then things escalated there. 13 Action News reporter Marissa Kinniston is headed to the scene to get more information, and we'll have a live report coming up. Also happening right now, American Airlines is experiencing computer problems. Passengers at Philadelphia's International Airport are waiting in long lines right now. The FAA has issued a ground stop for all American Airlines flights going out or coming in. This could have a ripple effect on flights across the country later today, so keep an eye out if you or one of your loved ones is flying.
All right, Dana, well, a flight from Las Vegas to Los Angeles was canceled after a threat was made. McCarran now has not explained the exact nature of the threat, but they do tell us that the threat was not credible. Right here, you're looking at a picture that was sent to us from someone inside that plane. You can see police cars surrounding the plane right on the tarmac. Now, the American Airlines jet was supposed to leave for Los Angeles last night, and in this video here, you can see people getting off the plane and onto a waiting bus. The airline was working to try and get those passengers on to another flight.
Only on 13 Action News, a street performer is speaking out after he was attacked on the Strip. Brian Patrick tells us somebody pinned him to the ground and tried to steal his tip jar last week right in front of the link. Luckily, someone saw what was going on and broke up the fight.
He came back and started beating me in the face.
I broke my hand in 3 spots, a scaphoid fracture.
This guy's a hero.
16 weeks off of work.
Patrick says this week the same person has attacked 2 other people on the Strip. Police are looking for the suspect. A change of heart from Sheriff Joe Lombardo. After disbanding the gang unit about a year ago, the sheriff is bringing it back in an effort to reduce violent crime. Initially, the sheriff thought those gang officers could do the same job being absorbed into regular patrols. But after he made the controversial move, almost every category of violent crime rose. The change is expected to happen in the next few weeks.
All right, well, this morning, illegal immigrants are living in fear after learning about President Donald Trump's new immigration enforcement rules. Border Patrol agents have been directed to deport anyone convicted of any criminal offenses, even misdemeanors. So that includes crimes like driving without a license. Now, people who have been charged and not yet convicted can also be deported.
Those people who are in this country and pose a threat to our public safety or have committed a crime will be the first to go.
Well, the new rules, however, do not apply to kids brought to the U.S. illegally. Now, there is some mixed reaction across the country this morning.
It is about time. The new guidelines don't actually change any existing laws.
Breaking up families and deporting immigrants is not going to solve any of those problems.
Well, the White House is saying that these new rules really shouldn't be too much of a surprise as the president campaigned on the promise to crack down on illegal immigration.
Today, the Clark County Commission is set to vote on what's become a controversial development near the Red Rock area. The group Save Red Rock has been protesting the housing development for months. Here's where it's expected to be built if it's approved. The vote today would change the zoning on top of the hill so that houses can be built there.
All right, well, another professional sport could be coming to Las Vegas here as MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred says, well, that he now sees our city as a viable market for big league baseball. He also says that legalized gaming isn't really an issue for him. That certainly has been a big issue, though, in the past. Of course, the Las Vegas 51s have been playing here for decades, and they are the Mets minor league team. But even if we don't get a major league team here soon, it may be soon easier to watch baseball games. Well, Facebook is now in talks with MLB to live stream one game per week this season.
A new proposal could push back high school start times in Nevada to 9 a.m. or later. Lawmakers are citing research that shows teens require more sleep. Some school districts and parents are against the change, though. School officials here in Clark County, for example, say it would mess up their bus routes. They stagger start times for elementary, middle, and high schools so that the same buses can run all three routes. Some parents say kids need the earlier start time to be prepared for life in the working world. Similar legislation failed last year, but all of those teenagers can keep their fingers crossed.
They want to sleep in.
Yeah.
All right, well, a 10-year-old girl, speaking of homework and math, she was stumped while doing her homework, and, well, she decided to reach out for some help.
Well, this is an emergency, you know, if you're a fifth grader. Lena Draper from Ohio didn't ask mom or dad. She messaged her local police department's Facebook page, and they responded, helping her with 2 math questions. The lieutenant who responded said, he's happy to help. Lena's mom is very thankful they responded to her daughter's odd request.
A lot of knowledge inside our local police department, so you got to take advantage of it.
Smart girl.
Good morning, Las Vegas. Time now is 4:37. Some new video shows actor Harrison Ford's close call at a California airport, but it's what he said that is causing so much concern this morning.
And later, now's the time to sell your older car. Why you may be able to get more money for it if you sell quickly.
We've got winds around 15 miles per hour here in Las Vegas. They're closer to 30 miles per hour on the south and west side of the valley. Looks like the wind stays up through the afternoon with gusts past 20 miles per hour through the day. We'll talk about how much that cools us down with your 7-day planner.
With the action in Action News.
When your trust is broken, when your livelihood is threatened, that's when You Ask, We Investigate goes to work for you.
Called, and I think that made all the difference in the world.
Channel 13 was on it. We fight for you every day.
You Ask, We Investigate. 13 Action News, live at 11.
Eyeglass World salutes Haley, who could have booked a nice hotel off the interstate, but for half the price, booked a cabin off the grid. Not surprisingly, Haley shops at Eyeglass World, where she gets the styles she loves and her glasses the very same day, all for an incredibly low price. 2 pairs for just $78. Eyeglass World. See yourself smile. See yourself save.
It's the flooring sale you've been waiting for. Empire Today's half-price sale. Get $2,400 of flooring for $1,200. $5,200 for an amazing $2,600. That's half the price of your entire purchase. Shop for carpet, hardwood, tile, vinyl, and laminate right from home and have it professionally installed. Don't miss Empire's half-price sale. Schedule now.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today, I became an instrumentation technician to collect data when the bomb goes off. Later on, I caused cancer. The wife saw the article in the paper, and she was talking about home care. I said, you know, I wonder if we can get that. They've been great. I would definitely recommend Nuclear Care Partners.
When you've got an uncontrollable cough, take Delsum, the #1 12-hour cough medicine. It helps control the impulse to cough for 12 hours, which means you're controlling your cough on your morning commute. And later, when you're joking with Beth, even when most cough medicines stop, Delsum is still working. And when your day's over, your cough is still under control, thanks to the #1 12-hour cough medicine, Delsum, the cough controller.
check?
In a wreck. Need a check.
In a wreck. In a wreck.
Need a check?
Hurt in a wreck. You need a check? I'm attorney Glenn Lerner.
877-1500.
Also handling Xaralto and Pradaxa blood thinner claims.
Because we sell more furniture than anyone else, we're able to make the best factory deals and pass the savings on to you. Because
furniture, it's all we do.
Can you open the door? Get it. Open the door.
All right, check this out here. Some amazing body cam video here showing police rescuing a man from his burning car. This happened right after a crash in Washington, D.C. Take a look there. Police got that man out by smashing the window and then unlocking the door to open it up in order to pull him out. The man was taken to the hospital where he was treated and released. Well, also this morning, we have some new video showing actor Harrison Ford's close call at a California airport. Take a look here. Last week, he mistakenly landed on a taxiway instead of a runway. Now you see his plane coming into land, but he flies right over an American Airlines 737. Hopefully we see it. Okay, look to the right of your screen. You see him coming right there over that plane. The plane had more than 100 people on board, and now we're hearing that Ford's calls on the radio before the landing, and he sounds a little confused. He identified his plane as a helicopter.
Helicopter, sorry, Husky 89 Hotel uniform is,
Well, after landing, Ford did ask controllers if the jet was supposed to be below him. Now, the FAA is still investigating what exactly caused Ford's miscalculation.
Hey, remember the teens we told you about yesterday who fell into that icy pond in Central Park? It was only a matter of time before video of the rescue surfaced, and we've got it. This cell phone video shows the 7 boys trying to stay afloat in that frigid water. They look like they're panicking, right? The group wandered out onto the ice to take a selfie despite posted warning signs.
Like my chest was closing up, like I couldn't breathe. We were all sinking down, and we were holding on to each other.
2 men rushed in and were able to get all of those boys out. As for the boys, they're all expected to be okay. One of the teens' grandmothers said she's grateful her grandson is okay, but guess what? He's grounded.
Yeah, and I saw some of that video too before the point where they actually fell through the ice. You could see him sort of walking out there. They were just having a good time, laughing like they didn't have a care in the world, just not thinking, you know.
So fast it changes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, time now is 4:42. So, do you ever wonder exactly how long you're going to live?
Well, for Americans, our life expectancy isn't looking too good. Why some people are better off than others.
And right now, crews are working to get a 20-foot tall wall of snow off of the highway near Reno. More of this video next. And live pictures out of San Jose, California this morning. Look at those wet roads there. There's been a lot of flooding and new evacuation orders overnight.
Play the Sweet Share kiosk game at all station casinos and fiestas. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday win free slot play, points, dining, and up to $10,000 in cash. Everyone wins, guaranteed.
The star difference is experience. The star difference is service. The star difference is value. At Star Nursery, we give every customer the star treatment. With an incredible selection, knowledgeable team members, and the best prices in town, we'll make you feel like a star. You can add color to your landscape with 2-gallon assorted roses, starting at $9.88 each. Roses, $9.88 each. Experience the star difference.
Downsizing or decluttering? Get the real deal from Neil. This is Neil Sackmary, and I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Bring in gold, silver, and costume jewelry for cash now. Come to Flamingo & Jones. You can't miss the store. Experts in Rolex, diamonds, jewelry, coins, and collectibles. Costume jewelry has value. Bring it to me now. Stop what you're doing and listen. This is what you've been waiting for. This is your message.
In a wreck? Need a check?
In a wreck. Need a check.
In a wreck. In a wreck.
Need a check?
Hurt in a wreck. You need a check? I'm attorney Glenn Lerner.
877-1500.
Now handling IBC filter cases.
Whoever said banking needed bankers? What if, instead of shareholders, profits were shared equally with the people actually doing the banking? What if, instead of just making the rich richer, we wanted to enrich the communities where we live? That's what it means to be part of a credit union. All of our members are in this together. Communities work best when they work for each other. Cooperation strengthens us all. And when that happens, it turns out we don't need bankers. We just need better banking. Discover the credit union difference and join One Nevada Credit Union today. Federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Equal opportunity lender.
Chopper 13 brings you breaking news fast and first, only from 13 Action News.
Right now, an avalanche has shut down a Mount Rose highway just outside of Reno. A driver reported the avalanche late last night, and fortunately no one was injured. But boy, you can see from these images here how much snow that area has been getting lately. Crews are working to clear a 20-foot tall wall of snow on that road, and officials say there is still a high avalanche danger there.
All right, Dana, a Massachusetts man is alive and well after spending 12 hours adrift at sea. On the left of your screen is Arthur Mescufo. He is clinging to his boat. The 36-year-old says just 30 minutes after he launched, it overturned and started taking on water. The search effort started when he didn't come home and his girlfriend called for help. Thankfully, he was wearing a life jacket, but he was in the water all night long. He says he is incredibly grateful to the team effort it took to bring him home.
All right, Beth, well, now to Northern California, where water right now is pouring out of a reservoir there. You see here in this video behind me, it looks more like a waterfall after the rain that they've been getting there. The highway looks more like a river. This is out near San Jose. After all that water came rushing out, a lot of people, they had to be rescued from their homes after they became trapped inside. And in some neighborhoods, boats were the only way in or out.
I've been here for 6 years, and I've never seen this.
Well, San Jose has doubled the amount of rain it normally gets by this point this year. Justin, we've been talking about this massive storm system there that's just been hanging off California.
Yeah, Todd, it's been an active weather pattern with storms pummeling the West Coast, and that has, of course, relieved the drought across much of California. It's also brought us wetter than average weather to start the year here in Las Vegas. We're dry this morning, but it is still windy out there. I was driving in on the 15, and it was both hands on the wheel situation with gusts of 24 miles per hour. So it's 57 right now. We are going to be noticeably cooler today than we were yesterday. The forecast 64. Yesterday we actually hit 70. The good news, though, is that we'll have more sunshine out there on your Wednesday. Matter of fact, most of our computer models say mostly sunny from start to finish, but the wind it has not quit on us just yet, so it'll be a blustery 64 this afternoon. Here's a look at what we're expecting today across the rest of southern Nevada. 61 in Searchlight, 71 in Laughlin, only 60 in Pahrump, and 60 in Prim. Let's talk about those winds. They are the strongest right now on the south side of the valley at 25 miles per hour at Anthem. It's still kind of breezy over towards Summerlin, North Las Vegas. You've got the wind at 18 miles per hour, and that'll pretty much be the case through the course of the day. So they're seeing some mountain snow up toward Tahoe, and our futurecast keeps most of the moisture. You see it sort of swirling to our north, never quite able to dive down south. But what will dive down south, some cooler temperatures through the end of the week. So highs today in the 60s. Looks like as we head from Friday on into the weekend, we'll be in the 50s, closer to 60 degrees. 64 the forecast this afternoon. Winds around 15, 20 miles per hour, steady through the day, gusting to 30 miles per hour from time to time. As mean tonight, lows in the 40s, and tomorrow noticeably cooler. Highs Thursday and Friday, only in the 50s.
Oh, bummer. All right, well, thanks for the heads up anyway, Justin. I want to remind you all the Spaghetti Bowl ramp that was closed for the last few months back open. Northbound 15 to go northbound 95 has opened up earlier than scheduled. Traffic looks perfect right now through the Spaghetti Bowl, but we did just get a phone call asking about southbound 15 to northbound 95. That ramp still is closed, so if you do need to drive through that area, Lake Mead over to MLK is going to be your best option. And good news, very light traffic right near the 15 and MLK. Honestly, you are looking at top speeds if you're hopping on the highway heading to the Spaghetti Bowl all over the valley right now. Beth, to you.
Thank you, Yasmin. Americans have one of the lowest life expectancies of any developed country, and new research shows it may not get better. Scientists at Imperial College of London looked at life expectancies around the world and projected what they will be in 2030. They found in the U.S., men and women are projected to live until ages 80 and 83, lagging behind other developed countries. Women in South Korea top the list, living until 91 years old on average. And believe it or not, they say it's not due to the diet there, but due to investments in universal health care. Rounding out the top 5 for longevity are France, Japan, Spain, and Switzerland. In all countries, women are projected to live longer than men.
That's very interesting that it was not really based about diet.
I know, but health care.
Yeah, all right. Well, good morning, Las Vegas. Time now is 4:50.
A woman chased down a reckless driver, but didn't stop there. What she did when she caught up to him is pretty unbelievable.
And we have some good reasons right now to put down your phone, how the addiction is actually impacting your wallet in ways you probably don't realize.
Eyeglass World salutes Justin, who not only remembered her half birthday, but also scored the best table at Giovanni's without even bribing the maitre d'. Not surprisingly, Justin is an Eyeglass World customer, where he gets all the expert advice he wants and his glasses the very same day for an incredibly low price. 2 pairs for just $78. Eyeglass World. See yourself smile. See yourself save.
The first time I saw the lights of Las Vegas, I was just 4 years old. For me, that moment in time will forever stand still. But as I think back over nearly 40 years working with thousands of families, time really has flown by. And I'm grateful for every minute. I'm Richard Harris. It's my honor to be a personal injury lawyer for the people. If you or a loved one need help, call us at 444-4444. The Richard Harris Law Firm, just in case.
Maestros lead with confidence, exactness, inspiration. At GMC, we're in tune with that degree of precision. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the GMC Acadia. The next generation SUV has arrived. Current lessees switch to GMC and get this low-mileage lease on this 2017 Acadia SLE1 for around $279 per month with $529 due at signing.
Confrontations with drunken passengers at 30,000 feet.
Sit down. Sit down.
Next inside edition.
Tomorrow at 7, following 13 Action News.
Well, a small community in Indiana right now is standing together to help the families of 2 murdered teens. A young boy is going classroom to classroom trying to help.
Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. What do we tell him?
Thank you.
Thank you. Here you go, buddy.
Yeah, this is really interesting here as 3rd grader Keaton Thomas started collecting pennies for his fundraiser called Penny Prayers. Well, he was inspired to help because, well, he says that he has something in common with the families of the victims.
I know how it feels when people die. It's pretty sad.
Well, so far, Thomas and his classmates, they have nearly filled a 5-pound bucket here. The school plans to take the coins to a bank and present the family with a check.
Oh, how sweet. Back here in the valley, a woman decides to take matters into her own hands and chases down a drunk driver who was driving erratically on the 215.
Almost hit the car in front of him, coming into my lane.
So Ciara Bergman says when she saw the guy driving recklessly Sunday, she had no choice but to chase him down. She says she lost a friend to a drunk driver when she was young and just couldn't stand by and watch. She and the suspected drunk driver ended up in a parking lot. That's when they both got out of the car. She took his keys and drove off. She turned his keys into police, who arrested the driver for DUI.
I have to get them to stop before they kill somebody else's child or mother, father. I have to get them to stop.
police don't recommend doing this. Call police instead and give them information about the car to help them track down the driver.
All right, well, if you do happen to have an older car like me and you've been thinking about possibly selling it, well, now actually might be the best time to do it. And here's why. Dealers, apparently, they don't have a big supply right now of cars that are 8 years or older. So they are willing to pay more for those cars, especially if they're in good condition. Now, this is because right now there are fewer older cars for sale because leasing has grown in popularity. So lots right now, they are full of relatively new or pre-owned cars. Well, also fewer new cars sold during the recession, making less older used cars available now. Well, also auto insurance premiums, they are up, and you could blame it on an increase in crashes involving distracted driving.
Oh, the typical driver now spends $926 a year on auto insurance. That's up 16% from 2011. Another reason to put down your phone while driving. Industry experts say there are ways to pay lower premiums, so here are some tips for you. You can combine your homeowners and auto coverage. Many insurers will give you a discount. If you have a short commute, take advantage of possible low mileage discounts. And a good credit score can sometimes score you a discount too.
Yet another reason to be aggravated when you see someone texting and driving.
Yes, because their behavior affects your insurance rates.
Yes, it does. All right, time now is 4:55.
Guys, we're going to switch gears, talk about weather, and we have a pretty windy forecast. The wind yesterday was fairly steady through the day. It feels like the wind actually got a little stronger yesterday evening, and we've had some windy conditions last night into this morning. Some gusts up past 20, 25, 30 miles per hour. The steady wind here in Las Vegas running at about 15 miles per hour early this morning. It looks like steady winds still around 16 miles per hour at 11 o'clock this morning, and we'll still be right around that range as we head into this evening. So Yasmin, it is going to remain on the breezy side and noticeably cooler than yesterday. 50s this morning, low 60s this afternoon. We'll talk about temperature trends in a couple more minutes.
Yeah, it definitely felt colder this morning. Thank you, Justin. No crashes to tell you about this morning going around the valley quickly. Good morning, North Las Vegas. Live look at the 215 in Aliante. Not a single car out here. A few more cars on the 215 right near Warm Springs. You're still going to hit construction, but no slowdowns right now. Moving on down to Henderson 95 in College. Very, very light traffic. If you are coming to the Spaghetti Bowl from Henderson, just 13 minutes if you're taking the 95. Dana, over to you.
All right, well, new this morning, it looks like Apple is taking a page from Bitmoji. The latest patent for the company is the avatar editing environment, or cartoon avatar. It could be used in iMessage or gaming apps as well. It could be seen as following in the steps of those playful apps like Snapchat and Facebook Messenger as well.
I love this video because he's so intense. That is a Japanese student who has broken the world record for finger snapping. He snapped his fingers 296 times in 1 minute to get the title. Guinness was there to count. They recorded the snapping to confirm the official. Oh, look, it looks painful.
He's straining.
But he fought to the end. He didn't give up. That is endurance.
Is there a world record for everything? I mean, my
Yes.
word. But yeah, look at that. I mean, I don't know how you'd begin practicing that.
Oh, that's fun. Good morning, Las Vegas. We have a lot more coming up at 5.
All right, including a new medical use for marijuana and how it could possibly help addicts.
All right, our team also following some breaking news this morning. Marissa is on the scene there. Not that.
Dana, one person is dead after a shooting at this apartment complex. I'll tell you why police are still here hours after that shooting happened.
It may just look like an empty lot behind me, but there is a fight going on over it. I'll explain why.